Hello, hi everybody. Welcome to week 7. So today I will teach you about web security. So this is the slide of web security. So this is the research material for web security. There is two types of research material. First one is textbooks. Second thing is a netcast. This is the topic that I will teach today. There are 8 things. First one, we will talk about session, XSS, the injection, SML, SWAP, phishing and farming, log file, and finally Google. Okay, what is web security? Basically, web security can be considered as a cyber security. It have a same meaning. So that's mean it have meaning which is a technique that used to protect a website or web application by detecting, preventing, and responding to cyber threats. Session basically is a stateful information needs to be maintained a server when it deals with a client. There are several procedures of HTTP session. The first one is a pass back info by post or GET. Second, set cookie and put info into it. Browser will send it back with each request. Server sets a cookie containing only a session ID. Compare session ID with its list of session and remember data for that client. This is the case study of HTTP. I mean the hijack case study for HTTP session. The first one is a attacker use packet sniffing to read the session ID. So how to defend it? We need to prepare cookie expiration date. We need to aware about the expiration date. We talk about HTTP cookie secure bit. Another case study about the HTTP session, the hijack case study, is the attacker was used XSS to read cookies of authenticated visitor to a site. How to defend it if we in this kind of the situation? First thing, the server side, we need to filter and sanitize the input output. For the client side, we need to turn off the JavaScript, turn on ABE privacy plugin, and HTTPS no protection. Sandbox escape. Sandbox basically is a computer program that acts as a virtual container which is restrict the right of program. One basic example of sandbox is a virtual machine. How about a sandbox escape? Sandbox escape basically is an exploit that allows malicious code to be executed from a sandbox outside the latter isolated environment. For example, program X not allowed to write to disk. Sandbox contains a virtual disk. Sandbox and virtual disk are deleted when program X terminates. Built into some browser, plugin, JavaScript, and Java apples. Third-party sandboxy. Usually, virtual machines are the ultimate sandbox. Sandbox escape exploits exist for many sandboxes. So this is the case study or story about the sandbox escape. The general process of the sandbox escape, there are three things. First one, the sandboxer application runs code in sandbox. Then untrusted script runs trusted application from OS. And finally, trusted application run untrusted application from OS. Okay, now XSS. What is XSS? Basically, XSS is a stand for cross-site scripting. Actually, it's a type of a computer security vulnerability typically found in web application. It allows spammers to inject executable code onto forums and bulletin boards, which means executed, download, and install malware, steal cookie, and steal hidden data. Actually, this thing we already done in our lab in this week. This is the example, the type of XSS attack. First one is a reflected XSS attack, then store XSS attack, DOM based attack. Another classic example of the XSS attack is any HTML which encodes user provided text back to the browser without censoring is vulnerable. For this is the example of the XSS attack that we can use it. The solution of the XSS is for the server side, we need to sanitize and validate all input and output. For example, if we develop a website, usually we will put a text box, right? In the text box, we any input, for example, for text box for username and password. For the text box, we need to validate or sanitize the input that come from the user. This is the meaning of the first thing. And the second thing is that for the client side, we need to disable the JavaScript. This is a solution for the XSS. Another type of XSS is a jQuery injection. Basically, it's a type of attack by providing or injecting jQuery code into targeted system. How to solve this problem? If our website got this kind of the attack, we need to do always inspect our code, sanitize, input output, again same thing, avoid eval, HTML, other unsafe function. Another thing of the XSS is a SQL injection. Basically, it's a code injection technique that purposely to attack data-driven application in which machinist SQL statements are inserted into an entry field of execution. For example, if you want to dump the database content to the attacker. Okay, for the best practice, there are several things. The first one is any scripting pages and connection script must be stored in web in an accessible directory. Only the script should be able to access the source code of other script. Web user must only be able to execute script and read HTML pages. Safe quote and other form of executable script filtering must be enabled. Another thing about the best practice is only one connection string must be used. So that means it should be stored in a single file and be included into PHP, ASP, JSP or CGI pages as needed. It must not be readable by web user or be stored in a script file. Another practice is only the web server user shall be able to access the database. The web server account must be limited. The root password for the database must be set to a non-default value. Usually in database, if you purchase a database, usually the vendor will give a password, root password. So in this case, we need to change to another password set as a non-default value. Other things, uploaded content such as forum, chat, and discussion must be stored in a server with a different domain to the one used to server page. So it can prevent other user JavaScript from accessing the JavaScript function from the main web domain. So this is a normal things. But of course, if we store the content in different server, it will highly costing in terms of money, because we need to spend our money in two things. But however, in terms of security things, this is a good thing. Other thing is a transaction system must not be hosted on a shared host. Yeah, same thing with the previous one. Directory browsing must be disabled. Any text input by the user must never be encoded back to the user without filtering. Password should not be sent in plain text. Use SSL, TLS, HTTPS. Password should not be stored in plain text. SQLC should not be sent. Any missing content including iframe, mashup, in HTML and French should not be used. So we're trying to not use this kind of the technique, even though if you learn in web development, usually we use this kind of things, iframe, mashup, in HTML. That's a normal thing. But however, it's not a good practice in what we call in the web security. For example, let me tell you something about the PayPal. You know PayPal, right? Okay, actually, if I want to get the money from you, I just send the link to you only. For example, I give the link and I just edit the number, add the link. Maybe if I want to get the money from you 100, I just change the link, edit a little bit a link to become 100. Then when you click, you need to pay me 100 ringgit. No. Usually PayPal we call this is a dollar. Oh, no, can also ringgit. 100 ringgit. This is another example. If we want to cheat other people, that's why most of the people, if you see like a PayPal, most of the people like to use PayPal. I mean, like the scammers, they like to use PayPal because PayPal is easy to manipulate. I didn't say PayPal is not secure. PayPal is a good thing. I mean, in terms of the system is good, but however, it can be manipulated in order to cheat other people money. Okay, let's talk about our slide. Okay, another thing is a debug mode and coins did not exist. Message to public internet must be disabled on production server. Such as technique must only be used when the server in question are not connected to the public internet. The thing is, no information about server internet should be revealed to the user. This is very dangerous. For example, if we have our house don't tell, if you meet other people that we didn't know, don't tell our our house address. Because if you tell to other people that we didn't know our house address, maybe that guy can still can come to our house and become a and steal our things. But for the same thing with the server technology, if you tell our server technology to other people, usually if the people have the knowledge about the network security, this guy can take advantage about the information. So be careful. Don't use a server as a normal desktop. For example, you use your laptop as a normal server. Please don't use it, because usually the laptop, I mean the normal desktop, don't have good capable system in order to protect itself from the outside the attack. I know, for example, if if you want to develop like a dummy website, we need to have like a such as a dummy server, right? We cannot simply buy other parties, or want to buy the server in order to store my website. You cannot simply that. We need to test, right? So at first we need to have like a dummy server. In this case, we can use the normal desktop. But however, if you want to implement it, don't use normal desktop. Okay, another thing is the data passed to script pages should be sent into the post method. Login state should be maintained by the session variable. The use of cookie to record user data should be discouraged, because unexpected input should cause the session to be dropped. Certificate should be up to date. Expired certificate train the user to ignore security warning. Now we talk about the SOAP. Basically, it's the XML protocol that used to transmitting data and executing function on remote object through port 80. So that means it allow application developers, remote code execution despite the port blocking that system admin. Shell script can be wrapped in XML, passed through port 80 as web traffic, and executed on the server. Phishing. What is that? Basically, phishing is a cybercrime in which a target or targets are contacted by email, telephone, or text message by someone posing as a legitimate institution to lure individuals into providing sensitive data such as personally identifiable information, banking, credit card details, and password. They claim by in front of a user. You need to know about the characteristic. Another type of phishing is a spear phishing. Spear phishing basically is a fraudulent practice of sending emails ostensibly from a known or trusted sender in order to induce targeted individual to reveal confidential information. Usually in phishing, we targeting a specific company, groups, or individuals. So that's why we have a target for phishing. Email that contain very relevant content are plausible. So there is no poor grammar or spelling. Another type of the phishing is whaling. Basically, it's a spear phishing of CEOs and high-profile victims. Then, waterhole attacks also another type of phishing. In criminal target website and forum where potential spear phishing victim is. Farming. Farming basically is a type of phishing. It's a scamming practice in which malicious code is installed on a personal computer or server, misdirecting user to fraudulent website without their knowledge or consent. So that's mean it can be done to way. First one is cyber squatting. Next is a DNS cache poisoning. Link on the page may appear to go legitimate site, but however actually go to bogus one raised in scripting or other nasties. Basically, the goal is same with the phishing, is to steal the targeted username and password. Existing tool is used to duplicate a website with the consent or access provision if site administrator. So these sites are easy to set up. The different thing with the phishing is a farming we don't have bait. Next, we talk about the log file. Log file basically is a file that records the event that occur in a OS or other software runs or message between different users or of a communication software. You know, right? When you come to to the the university, you will usually you see the security guard officer, and you see this guy. You can see he brings the book. The book we call as a log file. That's a for the human purpose, but for the computer log file, same thing with the security guard book, but this thing for the security things. I mean, for us in the computer environment, the purpose is to record for the software run, message run, or other user come in, come out. This purpose of the log file. For example, let me tell you what is important about the log file. Let me tell you the example. Okay, for example, you all guys have a phone, right? Have a phone, and then suddenly there are somebody kill you, and then you got killed, and then police come. The first thing, I mean, no, not the first thing. Actually, it's like the initial step. The police will look what kind of the identification that you have. For example, like a laptop or handphone. They will take it and they will bring to the police station, and then they will ask the computer expert to to access the log file. So that's mean everything you call in, you call out, the log file for your handphone, your computer will be obtained from the computer expert. Why? Because they want to see what actually happened at you during the event. Is it you have somebody that people don't like it? You don't know. But the first thing is the computer expert will search your log file, whether in your PC or whether in your handphone. Google docking is a Google hacking, also named Google docking, is a computer hacking thing that use Google search or other Google application to find security hole in configuration and computer code that website use. Last time I used this kind of thing, Google hacking. It's really fun. Why? Because we can simply access the, you know, to another server. For example, when I was a student, there is no what we call the, we need, if you want to if you want to update our song in the computer, or want to find the new movie, we need to download it. Okay, so if you want to download it, the free movie or free mp3, we need to know the skill of Google hacking or Google docking. Okay, this is the list of search string of Google Docking. So by using this string and you copy paste on the Google Chrome, you can see the the whole of the targeted website. For example, like this. Let me show you. I end the slides first, and then I try to copy this thing. Okay, this is my browser. No. Open the Google. Okay, I copy paste the string this. See, now you can see it will. If you see the first result, this one is a whole of the website. Now you can see I can get the whole into the directory of the server. How about I go here? Yes. Then I can explore. Take a look around on the server. By using single quote, I can get other things. You know. So this is an example of the Google Docking. You can try it. Other information about the Google Docking is it's so popular, and then nowadays Google block some of them, so sometimes you cannot use it, the strings. So this is the case study. You can try to read it. Okay, open question. Which of the following social engineering terms that best describe the effort to bring the target in line with your thinking by positioning yourself and your story to make them believable? Maybe execution, framing, pretexting, or wishing. Okay, I will post this open question in the our Canvas discussion. So I hope you guys can participate it by answering this question. Please answer this question. This one is very important thing. Why? You know why? Because I can say this question also I will ask again in the test too. So I think that's all for this week. I hope you enjoy this slide, and if you have any question, just text me in the MS Team or email me. Please submit your assignment, I mean the assessment, and then don't forget to do your project. Don't forget for the final project, you need to come out the two things. First one is you need to come out the report. Second things, you need to come out the movie. I mean the video presentation, your group presentation. I don't know how you make your presentation. For example, if you want to make like a demonstration, you should show in that video. So please submit two things: the link of the video or the video and the report. So I think that's all for today for the lecture session. So I hope I can see you guys in next round. Okay, thank you.